up? Miss Singlefied here, answering guys dating questions from a girl's perspective. So just a very quick story. Last night, I had to go to this event, so I got ready and I went full out. I got my hair did, I got my nails did, I put on my face. While waiting for them to get ready, because they were being super slow, I decided to take a nap, a power nap, you know, like what normal adults would do before going out. And that nap turned into an 8-hour nap. Yeah. So I woke up this morning in a nice dress with my hair all curled and everything, my makeup still on, thinking, that was a fun event. But then I thought, you know what, I'm not going to waste this effort. So I'm gonna make videos for you guys so we can all enjoy my hair. The other thought I had when I was getting ready last night was, I am too old for this shit. You know, like just being physically and mentally prepared to go out, talk to new people and having to ask them questions and getting to know them and having to explain who I am, what I do. It's just mentally exhausting. But we have to force ourselves to do it, because if we don't, we lose our social skills. And then we become one of those at a party. And this is all related to what we'll be talking about this episode. Let me find the exact question from Skrillex502, who says, "Dear Miss Singlefied, how do you have a conversation with a girl? Or any stranger, really? I feel like I have nothing to say after the initial small talk. Help, please." This is such a good topic because I think it's something we could all benefit from. So I'm going to break this up into a 3-part series. In the first part, I'll be talking about what are the intentions you should be setting when it comes to starting a good conversation and maintaining it. In the second part, I'll teach you about deep listening. What does it mean to be a good listener and why that's important in moving a conversation along? And in the third and final part of the series, I'll teach you how to analyze conversations, how you can get the most out of every conversation you have. A lot of people have the misconception that conversations die because someone is just not interesting enough. The truth is, everyone is interesting, but you really have to master the art of conversation to bring out the interesting in everyone. So how do you do that? Well, first, you have to set the right intentions before you start a conversation. So, first and foremost, see every new conversation as a new adventure. What does this mean? It means you have no expectations, no judgments, and no idea where this is going to take you. How exciting is that? Think about conversations like amusement park rides. You have no idea where it's going to take you, but you're just along for the ride. Your second intention for any conversation is to talk about something you've never talked about before. Whether it's a topic that you know nothing about, or it's just a subject matter that you never really thought about. Interesting conversations don't come from what you do know. They come from things you don't know. Maintaining a natural curiosity in a conversation will not only expand your knowledge base, but also make the person you're talking to feel respected and that you're engaged in the conversation. Your third intention is to put a fresh spin on things. What I mean by this is that when strangers meet, there's a standard of very generic questions that go back and forth. But you can break the mold. You can still ask these generic questions, but you should be ambitious enough to take a fresh perspective on the topics. For example, I love to dance. That's one of my major passions in life. So whenever I meet strangers, that's a topic that naturally comes up. So whenever I talk about my love for dance, I get the exact same generic questions all the time, which I don't mind. So it's like, when did you first start dancing? How long have you been dancing for? Where did you learn how to dance? What are your favorite styles? Stuff like that. But it would be interesting if someone asked me questions like, how does dance make you feel? At what age did you realize what you were doing was called dancing versus just moving with music? Do you think animals dance? Okay, kind of bizarre questions, but they're interesting, and at least they would instigate an even more interesting conversation. And your fourth and final intention for having an interesting conversation is, don't try too hard to be interesting, just be interested. Studies show that because of technology and the clutter of communication, people just want to be heard. So when you're on a date or just meeting new people for the first time, They just want to be heard. So you should just hear them out. Just be interested in what they're talking about and ask questions. So let's recap the 4 intentions you should be setting when starting conversations. 1. Treat it as a new adventure. 2. Talk about something you've never talked about before. 3. Take a fresh spin on things. And 4. Don't try so hard to be interesting, just be interested. All right, Skrillex502, I'll see you next week for part 2 on deep listening, and you've been Singlefied. So yes, it takes a lot of effort to be a good conversationalist, but it also takes a lot of effort to be a bad conversationalist. And there are 3 types I just can't stand. Number 1, the one-word responder. How's your day? Good. Oh, really? What'd you do? Nothing. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Yeah. Do you have anything else to say? No. And then there's the relate back to me person. So yeah, I'm trying to decide between these 2 apartments because one's in a much better location, but the other one's cheaper rent. So I don't know what to do. Oh my God, I know exactly what you mean. I've been deciding between these 2 pairs of jeans forever now. There's one pair that's at this shop right across the street from my house. And then there's this other pair that's like across town, but it's cheaper. Dilemma. And the 3rd type I can't really stand is the over-responder. The person that gives you lots of feedback, but with the most awkward timing. Oh, on Friday, I went over to my friend Rachel's house.
Oh, cool, Rachel.
For dinner. She
Yeah,
had
I
this
like
kind
her.
of like dinner party for
Cool, dinner
like
party.
6 of us.
Not lunch?
Yeah, and she cooked turkey, and then there was like ravioli and
Yummy. Yum,
had
that's so good.
Yes,
I love that.
Right, and then
Glad
I
she's
baked
not a
some
vegetarian.
brownies, and
Yeah.
it was really cool. There was this guy.
Oh, cool.
There was this guy there.
Keep going. Don't stop. Yeah, you keep going, girl. I'm listening. Yep.
Yeah,
What?
so there was this guy, Ryan, that was there. He seemed really
Oh, nice.
So, and he asked for my number.
Congrats, you guys are
So,
gonna get married. Married.
I
Yeah.
just didn't.
When's he proposing?
I gave
When's that
him-
happening?
I gave him my number.
I want to know. I don't know all about it. What does he look like?
Him next week.
Color hair.
Yeah, that was my Friday.
Yeah, you keep going.
I
Yeah.
Just, I don't.
Does he have a
I-
big penis?